What's up guys, it's Will here, back again, and today I'm here to review the Queen Studios Avengers 1/4 scale Loki statue. Guys, before we get started, make sure to click that like button, click that subscribe button, and click that notification bell so you're notified when content goes live on this channel. I picked up my Queen Studios Loki statue from Spec Fiction Shop. There's a link in the description below if you want to look for those there. Great place to buy Queen Studios statues from. Guys, I'm gonna surprise some people with this review, so you're not gonna wanna miss that. Stay tuned, and let's waste no more time. Let's get into that review. I'm going to explain why I'm just slightly disappointed with this statue, but I first want to detail what the package entails so you can make an informed purchase regardless of my opinion. The Queen Studios Avengers Loki 1/4 scale statue retails for about $1,100 and is made of polystone, real leather, and has rooted wool hair. This statue is about 21.45 inches in height, 13.77 inches in width, and 9.6 inches in depth, meaning for a quarter scale statue, it really doesn't take up a massive footprint. The statue comes with a variety of parts that need to be assembled before it's ready for display. Queen Studios themselves put out a video showcasing this process, but it differs slightly in reality as it appears last-minute changes were made. Nonetheless, I'll be referencing their unboxing when relevant. This Loki statue is well packaged, but you'll want to start your unboxing with the foundation, the base. The base is meant to mimic the SHIELD headquarters at the beginning of Avengers when Loki first arrives on Earth. The statue lights up via an included AC adapter, but the power cord is short, so you will almost certainly need an extension cord. There are a set of stairs that magnetize to the front of the base as well, so you'll want to start by connecting those to the base. From there, you'll want to take Loki's body and peg him into the base. It's a simple foot peg that goes into the bottom of the right foot. You want the left foot facing forward. Once he's stable, you're ready to add the leg armor. This armor is attached via small magnets on each side that allow the armor to connect at the front of the leg. This is the first questionable decision, as these magnets are small and not that strong, so getting the leg armor to stay connected is challenging. From there, you'll want to take the right shoulder armor and connect it by disconnecting the shoulder strap on the back of the statue that is attached via a small magnet and run it through the shoulder armor. There's a magnet on the underside of the shoulder armor, but again, it's very small. It helps a little. Nonetheless, the shoulder armor holds decently in place, mostly due to the strap. The gauntlets actually come pre-assembled, so those don't need to be messed with. The Queen Studios video showed differently, so I'm guessing changes were made prior to shipping. You do, however, need to connect the hands. We're going to start with the left hand. It pegs in decently, but you're going to want to make sure it's oriented towards the body as much as possible so it looks most natural. It has a small magnet as well, so the connection is good, but not great. I still don't love the left arm because it seems bent in a way that I feel is just a little bit awkward, but with the right angle on display, it does work. Next, we're going to connect the right hand that holds the scepter. The hand itself is loosely connected to the scepter, so I'd try not to mess with it too much. This hand I have much more of an issue with because the magnet is tiny and the hand is heavier. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This magnet connection is kind of shitty. You can use a little force and get that magnet up in there, but if you nudge it or look at it wrong, it's likely to fall out. It's already fallen out on me once or twice, and I've come downstairs and I've seen the scepter laying on the base. This is not the quality I've been accustomed to with Queen pieces, so I have no idea why they used a magnet this small. In addition, the scepter is lit by a tiny light bulb. You plug this light bulb into the included connector and slide it into the blue crystal, then pop that thing back on the scepter. The light up feature for this scepter is disappointing. It's honestly not very bright, and one of my included bulbs is actually even dimmer than the other one. Queen is using these bulbs for in-art figures as well, and for 1/6 figures they make more sense, but for big statues there has to be a better way. Sideshow has been lighting lightsabers via AC adapters for quite a while now, so surely Queen can do better. Next, we're going to attach the chest armor. This is actually attached via Velcro and stays in place pretty nicely. No complaints here, it looks good and it works. Finally, we're going to connect the Tom Hiddleston head sculpt. The likeness and the rooted hair on this is fantastic. On camera, the sculpt looks slightly waxy, but in person, I can assure you it looks very lifelike. The hair needs a bit of styling, so style it to your own liking with a spray bottle of water. Just be gentle and take it slow. On camera, it looks like there's little white dots showing up in the hair. I believe that's just hair product. In person, I can't even see them, so I guess the camera is picking up detail that my eye is unable to. That said, the head sculpt pegs into the body via magnet, but even it is not super Loctite secure. It wobbles a bit, and to be honest, is a bit tricky to get in there due to the collar. More importantly though, I'm honestly not sure why Queen Studios chose to place the neck slot where they did. Unless the collar is positioned perfectly, you can look close and see the neck seam showing. It's hard to see on camera, but in person, you will see it. This seems like it could have been easily avoided by simply lowering the neck peg a little bit and making the neck itself slightly longer. Just position the collar as close to the neck as you can to try to cover that seam, but try to avoid having them touch because you want to reduce the likelihood of staining that sculpt. But the likeness itself is phenomenal. I'm very happy with the quality of the head sculpt and the rooting of the hair. This to me is the best Tom Hiddleston Loki head sculpt that I've ever seen by far. That said, let's move on to the show and tell segment so we can discuss more of my thoughts in real time. Let's take a look. All right, guys, so now we're on to the show and tell portion of the video where I am going to show you the Queen Studios Avengers Loki quarter scale statue in a little bit more detail, show it to you live, so to speak. And then of course, I'm going to tell you a little bit more of my opinion. Guys, make sure to like the video and subscribe down below. And of course, click the notification bell. That said, let's get more into this. Guys, if I haven't already communicated this, I do like this statue. It's not that I dislike it. It's just things that they've done that I'm a little bit disappointed with. I mean, to me, it's more the manufacturing side. Looking at this statue, it is beautiful. It has an amazing presence. The likeness is great. The rooted hair is great. The base is great. The real leather and the tailoring are great. It's just the manufacturing things. The magnets on that little scepter arm over there are shit. I'm sorry. They're really bad. They fall out often. I've had it fall out maybe a few times now, and you really have to jam it up in there and just hope for the best. The magnet, on the other hand, the non-scepter holding hand, is fine because it's a lighter hand. It's still a very small magnet. I'm not sure why they chose to go this route, but they did. You know, the light up feature on the scepter is also a little bit disappointing. It's already getting dimmer just from me shooting this video. They included replacement. Again, mine's already dimmer on that one. So again, it's just a little bit of an issue there. So looking at this statue, I do think the base is fantastic. The light up feature is an absolute must. When you display this guy, you gotta have him lit up. It just adds so much to the statue by having it lit up. The base is one of the best parts. The likeness is probably the best part of the piece, but as far as the rest of it, the statue base is probably the second best part. Still, this will look great on a shelf, and if you're a big Loki fan, I do think you're going to enjoy this piece ultimately, as long as you take the good with the bad, like I mentioned. But if you're not a huge Loki fan, for $1,100, I could see a lot of people passing on this, considering the issues that it has as far as manufacturing. But still, I do love how this looks on a shelf, and I'm absolutely going to keep it and display it because I think it's going to look awesome. You just got to deal with some of the issues. So guys, overall, I really am happy with this piece as far as how it looks, but as far as putting it together and some of the, some of the technical aspects, it's a bit of a letdown in that sense. Guys, let's move on to the rest of the video. Make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep it going. Thanks so much for watching this show and tell part. In conclusion, while I do like this Loki statue, I wanted to love it, and I just don't feel like I absolutely love it right now. I would say that if you buy this statue, you have to take the good with the bad. It looks great on the shelf, but I can't ignore the manufacturing issues that just aren't consistent with Queen statues for the most part. Loose magnets, a slightly visible neck seam, cheap light bulbs. These are things that must be improved if Queen Studios wants to be seen as a top manufacturer in the statue market. I love the likeness, the tailoring, and the base, so the statue does get an 8 out of 10 from me, but I'm a huge Loki fan, so take that with a grain of salt, I guess. It still has a significant amount of presence on the shelf, but I can't help but wonder what could have been with a little more time and commitment from Queen Studios. Regardless, if you're looking for one, check out the link to Spec Fiction Shop in the description below. That's all for now, guys. I will see you in the next one.